Alright, that should be the steering housing. I hope. This won't match what I'm doing on the big version because I bought a self-contained gear motor, so it has the gears and everything built into a thing. Not 100% sure this screw will be clear of this gear. Oh, well, I'm gonna put the motor in here right now. Oh, no, it's too stiff. Wait, come on, did I make it too tight? I made it too tight. Oh, I suck. Alright, let's fix this thing right away. Okay. This here. 0.78 is not big enough. Let's make it 0.80. This piece took like 3 hours to print. I'm not reprinting it just to fix this one little part up here, so I think it's close enough that if I heat up a motor, this is an old wrecked one, I should be able to force it in there and get it to move. It just needs to spread just a hair. All right, beautiful. While I'm printing the gears that go in here, I'm working on figuring out how to do the next part of the big one. You know, I've got all the parts here, I know how to make that stuff, but this thing, this is a pretty big piece of metal. 21 inches across there. So that's about like that by that. Single piece of metal. Need it to be maybe 1/4 inch thick, maybe a little bit less, 1/2 centimeter or so. I don't have any solid pieces like that, so I'll probably have to weld something unless I... This I-beam down here, another I-beam over there, I've spoken for, but this, I have not decided what to do with this yet. Maybe this can turn into what I need for that part somehow. It's not, I mean, it's definitely long enough. It goes like way over there. It's almost as tall as me. This way is not long enough. However, if I cut it, and I took a piece like this, put it right there, I could even bolt them together if I didn't want to weld it. You know, it's funny. I screwed up the measurement on this motor because I usually do everything in metric, and I know what these motors are in metric exactly. But the Imperial noodle units, I screwed it up. Now I need to go, like all the materials I'm buying come in noodle units, inches and feet and stuff. So yeah, I'm just designing everything in that. Just kind of ridiculous. Okay, well, that piece I was just talking about, it's 17.5 noodle units from the top to the bottom. This is 8, so 2 of those stacked would be 16, which would mean there's a 1.5 inches at the bottom, or at the top I have to account for. Maybe. Alright, the other thing is this doesn't need to be solid. It needs to be strong here. There's a steel rod that'll go up through the middle. So it needs a lot of strength here, up here somewhere, an attachment point there and there. And then obviously where those 2 bearings go. But everything else, like maybe I want some kind of piece here, like make a triangle, would totally work. Because this middle, it doesn't have to have anything in it, because the attachment points are here and there, so in the middle it doesn't really matter. In case anyone's wondering what this part is, There are actually two of them. Come on, get over here. So it's this and this. And they go between the gears, and this whole thing goes around and it drives a rod. Things are way harder to design when you need to actually be able to make it. I also have more. Why is this crazy kids? I also have more than enough of these, but that is way overkill. I wish I had more of these. Oh, I could totally do it with those. I do have a whole bunch of those. And a bunch of these things. If these were longer, I could totally do it. I mean, I could weld some together, end to end. If I still had this, that would be useful. I use this to build a bulldozer. Oh, even the rest of that mast would have been useful, except I used that to build a lumber mill. Okay, I might put off designing that part completely. Oh, I still have some of that. Awesome. So this I-beam down here, which is not in very good lighting, I'm going to cut it and use part of it to make this part here and this part here. I might be able to just use one, cut it in half, use the bottom and then the top, but they might have to be a little bit bigger than half. Either way, I'm going to have two chunks. I'm either going to have a full piece of that I-beam or two half chunks, a little less than half. And that steel is definitely thick enough. I-beam isn't quite the right shape, but you know, obviously. What is this pencil? Is not a pencil. Okay. If you have an I-beam, so that's the end of my I-beam. I'm going to cut off a chunk, so that's going to be used for something. And I'll be left with this. And if I don't necessarily want an I-beam, I can just cut off this chunk and just have the L channel there. And that's pretty thick metal. I think that's what I'm going to end up doing. So I guess at the moment for this is my design of the big metal version. So for this, I'll just kind of do something generic and you know, presume I'll know how to build it when I get there. But for the purposes of this, totally fine. Presume I'll know how to build that with the leftovers of that part over there and that part over there. Alright, I guess I can make the 3D printer version of that then. I wonder if this silly program can do its animation correctly. I should be able to make this thing work. Ooh, not bad. That is what it's supposed to do. I didn't tell it to turn all the gears. Yeah, that's basically it. I was looking at this thing thinking, you know, I think this is the right number of gears, even though the thing, this, takes one more gear. So I hooked the motor up to some juice and just held it on the side there, and yeah, it looked like it was going about the right speed. Definitely one more gear would be too much. And I hadn't really, you know, calculated the gear ratio or anything, because I don't even know what the RPMs of that motor are, or anything, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so I redesigned another one of these, which, you know, took like 10 minutes, to only take 3 gears instead of the 4. Well, 4 if you count the one on the motor, which my son counts. And that's good, because then I can reprint this part anyway, because I messed that up. So yeah. Alright, that's more like it. Alright, let's see if I actually got it. Oh, it's a little snug. Oh, no, it was just, okay. Yeah, it's just rubbing against the gear. Up some electricity to this thing. think I've got both motorized parts taken care of, the gears and everything. Now I can get on to the leg moving piston. This is the first piece I'm printing with support material. Everything else in here has a flat surface to go on the print bed. Ooh, my piece is done. Yes! It's only like 3.5 hours. The support material on this one is really simple. Should be easy to get off. And get it to start cracking. There we go. Yeah. Thing on. Wow, that's nice and strong. Alright, so now this starts getting kind of complicated. This one piece drives all 6 legs with some funny machinery down here. Oh, and I made a scale model me to go with the robot. Although, he needs to be about 20% bigger to actually match the robot. See? It looks exactly the same, right? Ah, my mustache is not that cool yet. Ah, check out his mustache. It's so good.